What you're about to hear is a preview of a recent episode I aired on More Personal, my private premium, always ad-free podcast exclusive to members of the Supporters Club. This is a weekly podcast where I have weekly features, including a monthly book report, casual convos between my podcast manager Taylor and I, and then we alternate a couple others, Marriage Movie Club, The Deep Dive, and Working on Things. I truly love doing this special podcast. It's something that I invest a lot of time and thought in. It's never thrown together, and it always is indeed more personal. You can get access to More Personal by signing up as a bestie or ride or die member of the Supporters Club at aboutprogress.com/support. And a quick update on that. We do need more support in order for the show to continue. I have a whole episode on that in January of 2024 where I share where the podcast is at and why the Supporters Club is vital to our continuation, and we are still in that position. Thanks to the Supporters Club, we've been able to continue this work now well into 2025, but we are still at a crossroads where in order for the podcast to be stable and to be self-supportive, we have a lot more work to do. If this podcast matters to you, if you would miss it, if it has added value in your life and helped change things for you, I'd highly encourage you to sign up as a supporter starting at $2 a month. If that's all you can afford, just know that level is there for you. More Personal is reserved for the $5 and $7 a month versions, and it also gives you access to many more benefits. You can check it all out at aboutprogress.com/support. More Personal is always ad-free, but since this is airing on my normal feed, there will be ads in this preview. That preview is coming up after a quick break for our sponsors. Welcome to More Personal, where we lean into the personal side of personal development. I'm Monica Packer, and today I want to welcome our resident podcast manager and excellent conversationalist, Taylor Rockwood. Welcome, Taylor.
Hi, thanks for having me, as always.
It's always good to have you. Well, today's feature is Casual Combos, where we have casual chats on topics that range from casual to not so casual. And this is going to go with an upcoming deep dive I'm doing on MLMs. So let's do a quick definition of that, actually.
Good
MLMs,
idea.
multi-level marketing, which I'm sure we'll break down more, but some people may call these pyramid schemes. Other people may call them a business opportunity. And it's probably always something in between with a few that are one or the other. And we're going to talk more about our experience with it, both personally and professionally, because we've gone across the spectrum when it comes to MLMs. So I'm curious what your rating of interest is on this topic.
My rating of interest is like a 10. Like, I have listened to other podcasts that have done deep dives or shared stories. So it's very interesting to me. I don't know. I'm a little bit nervous about like my own story, but maybe we can unpack those
Okay,
feelings.
well, now I'm very intrigued. I mean, I was already a 10, but now, not that I'm like, give me the tea, but also, or spill the tea, I guess, but it's more like, yeah, I'm curious more about why you're nervous. But
Yeah.
I would say that's kind of how casual combos go. There's always some part of it that's why we like to do this to a private community, because we
Yes.
really can be even
Totally.
more transparent than maybe we would if we knew a lot more people were listening.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it'd be funny to tell people, though, about how this is the way we met, actually, which is before we like actually dig into the conversation. How about you tell them a little bit more about that, and I can chime in here.
Well, it's funny because I think it's probably been, if you've been listening to us for a while, it sounds like we know each other because I've mentioned before that I grew up, not like, I grew up with your husband's family.
Yeah.
I was friends with his youngest sister. So in a way, like, it sounds like that's how we met, but that's not really how we met.
Yeah.
So what year was that? Probably 2016. Is that when you started your Instagram?
Yeah. You probably reached out to me maybe then or early 2017, I bet.
Okay.
Actually.
Okay. So I had joined Senegence, which more people are probably more familiar just with their Lip Sense product. And so I had done that. And then my mom had been like, oh, this girl, Monica Packer, she married Brad Packer. She is like, has a blog and a cute Instagram. And so my mom had
And
told me
300 followers.
my mom was impressed. Okay.
She was one of them. Yeah, she was one of the few
Yeah,
followers.
yeah. Um, and so she, told me to follow you. So then that's when I started following you, and at the time, like, what people were doing to well, not at the time, people still do, to, like, get their business out there, their product was, like, sending it to influencers, and I had, emailed and reached out to, like, lots of influencers. I think this is why I'm nervous. It kinda makes me cringe now. I don't know why. There
There are
wasn't
parts of
anything.
it for me too, just so
I
you
know.
know.
It, like,
Yeah.
it kinda and so anyway, and so I reached out to Monica, and she was, like, the most kind, like, absolutely the nicest response by far, and I don't even know if you let me send it to you. Did
But
you
that's
buy
the
it?
funny thing
I
is
think you bought it.
yeah, I bought it. It's like,
She would have
I
let me send it.
could not accept anything free.
I know. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Because that was really you were so good. I don't wanna say good about that, like, that you're not now, but it was you were not gonna just take anything for free and talk about it. You were, picky in a good way,
Well,
right?
I mean, that's my cringe moment because I'm like, how hilarious that I like was like, I'm just gonna get pummeled with these offers and I've got to have a standard, like a thing where I'm like, I just don't accept anything
Mhm.
free unless I've already paid for it and I love it. And but that all came from this blog that I like to read, Young House Love. They've
Oh,
since
okay.
retired, but they
Okay.
had like a strict policy on that. And I was like, oh, I'll
Yeah,
just learn from them. But now I'm like, come on,
I know.
Monica, like you
Well,
could have, but at the same time, I'm glad I paid for it too. Like I'm glad.
I know. That's so
And yeah, I was
funny.
your customer.
Yeah,
As your
yeah,
customer,
yeah.
I loved lip sense.
Yeah, yeah, and I did too, but so then that's was our, I guess how we talked for the first time, and then not too long after, maybe like a year later was when you posted that you were hiring, and,
Yeah. The
that's
rest
how I
is
ended up
history.
working for you.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been together ever since. So, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't feel like your reach out either was like a hey girl, like
No, I
that
think
kind of thing.
I would email people, and I'll share the biggest person that, like, responded and did take me up on it.
Yeah.
She goes by I think she goes by Ashley Robertson now, but she used to be, like, the teacher diva, is that
Oh.
what did she used to be called? She was like, she had, like, like, 100,000 followers or something. She's just been an influencer for a long time. And,
That's really
what
cool.
she said to me was like, "Yeah, you can send it." She's like, she doesn't, like, talk about it if you don't pay her, but she'll, like, link
Oh.
product that she uses in her blog posts. And so
Oh,
then I
that's cool.
remember, like, seeing that she had, like, linked to me in her, like, outfit description. Like, this gave me no business at all, and I thought it was, like,
Really?
so cool. Yeah, no,
I
no.
was gonna ask if you ever found
I
that's
don't
really
think
smart
so.
though, because the way your strategy was really smart because you were reaching out to influencers to spread the word instead of
Yeah.
trying to recruit them, which I think is like what
Yeah.
does end up feeling pretty icky about a lot of
Yeah.
MLMs. So you joined Senegence.
Mhm.
Um, let's actually let's do the personal history, like our own, like we're consumer side.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we'll go into the professional side, like
Okay.
how we actually both have been part of an MLM or two.
Okay.
I'm two. I don't know how many you are. But personally, I feel like the first time I ever really heard about an MLM wasn't really until the lip sense period. Like that's when the early like
Same.
2015s. Yeah. I mean, like we had
Well,
Tupperware parties before that, like from our
but I
moms
feel like
or
we're too old. Yeah, I remember going to, like,
yeah.
Pampered Chef party
I
with
was
my
just gonna
mom, I
say Pampered
guess.
Chef.
Mhm.
Yes, things like that were like out in the air, but I don't remember. I just remember my mom always being like, I never go to those parties, you know? But my parents are extremely frugal that way, which is good, you know? But I just, so that there was a little bit of that distaste, but it wasn't really till 2015. It was like multi-level marketing, like as a thing. And I
Mhm.
remember getting reached out by like cousins and friends and old acquaintances about Usborne books first
Yeah.
was one of the early
Yeah.
ones. Monate hair care, which we're going to talk about.
When were you first
Senegence.
reached out to Monet came later, no? I don't know.
I feel like no, I feel like it was like
About that time.
2017-ish
Okay.
that I
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
started buying the products, but
Yeah.
I'd been
I
seeing
don't know
it
when it
floating
started.
around. I don't know when they actually like started. But
Okay.
yeah, that's when you just like, oh wait, like you see people talking about things or like they were talking about whatever you extract from hemp, so like you get some of the benefits without the high. Is it like tea something oil?
Is it a cleaning product?
No, it's
There's
like
so many out there. I
for
don't know.
energy. It's like to extract from the marijuana plant. What's it? I don't even know what that
Can't.
thing.
Well,
Tea something.
THC is
Maybe that's it.
is
That's
that's
not
like
marijuana.
that. No, it is, but
Oh,
that's like you don't want THC. That
you
will
don't watch
show up in a
THC.
drug
It
test.
was THC free. Got
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Okay. Like, so people were doing that too. Like, it
Uh-huh.
was like all
Uh-huh.
those kinds of products. And so now it's like everywhere. Like, it's
Mm.
so many things. But that's kind of my first introduction in the mid 2015s to that stuff. And I remember feeling like a little suspicious, but curious. I tried out
Were
the
you
lip scents,
ever what about
loved it.
LuLaRoe? Because I feel like that's like a big one. Did you
Oh, yeah.
ever
LuLaRoe was one. I never bought
buy or be a
LuLaRoe
part of
stuff,
that?
but I
Yeah.
totally watched that
But that's a big
documentary.
one. Me too.
Well, I'm also thinking like I was an Avon girl. Like I helped my neighbor deliver all her makeup
Really?
packages.
Oh,
Yeah. Like
okay.
she would just drive me around in her little car while I ran because she was an elderly woman. So I'd run to all the doors
That
and drop
is
off her
so
packages.
funny.
What's the other one?
Wow.
McKay. What's the other
Mary
makeup?
Kay. I have a
Mary
Mary Kay
Kay.
story.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So I guess it does go back
It
sooner.
does. It does. Like I know. I was thinking, and then as I started thinking about it, no, I remember elementary school being at a Pampered Chef party. So that's like my earliest
Huh.
memory.
Yeah. And then what
And
else?
then,
Like what from there?
Mary Kay, um, in college. Do you want me to tell that story now?
Yeah. Let's hear it. Let's hear the
I
Mary
don't
Kay
even.
story.
I think I just like got it. I was in Provo my sophomore year, so in an apartment, and I feel like I just like got a text or like a phone call. And it was like, "Hey, like I'll come over and do like a makeover party, like a spa night for you and your roommates for free." And I'm like, "Sweet." Cuz like I had no
Yeah.
idea like what that really like, yeah, great. Let's do it. So, maybe some of my roommates knew what like MLMs were about, but I really didn't. And so
Yeah.
she came and we all sat at a table and we did this like face wash and like yeah, they do this like spa thing. And then, like, one by one, she, like, takes each person to be like, "So what products did you like?" And then she tries to, like, sell you the products. And I remember feeling, like, so stressed and guilty, like, "Oh my gosh, I have to buy something." But I was,
Yeah.
like, in college, I didn't have a budget for that. And
Like
then
what's for $5 hairs?
yeah, I think I bought, the makeup remover for, like, $25. Like, that was the
Oh my
cheapest thing.
gosh.
I think
Yeah.
I remember that. And then I remember her she must have called me. She wanted, like she was like, "Give me a list of, like, anyone and everyone that you think would be interested," and she wanted it felt like she wanted, like, all my contacts, and she
Yes.
wouldn't stop asking me until I had, like, given her names of other people to contact, which is obviously how I had been contacted. And I don't even because
Yes.
they call or text the other person and say,
Yeah.
like, "Oh my gosh, I got your number from your friend Taylor," like, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
and I
that's
just
making me think of another one too.
see?
Cutco.
Oh, yeah,
Brad and I
yeah.
bought Cutco knives
Of
because like
course.
our congregation leader
Mm,
gave us as one of the names, and I'm like, that's kind of weird. Like,
it
probably
is
shouldn't be
weird.
doing that.
It is weird, but they it just goes to show because I had been referred to Cutco by someone from church as well,
Really?
and I'm
Yeah.
just like, are we even
Ooh,
friends? Like, oh, okay.
that's another layer. But yeah, like
Yeah.
even at the end of our spiel, like Brad and I did buy some knives, like as very poor, like about to have a
Yeah, of
baby early
course.
in our
You can't
marriage. We
you,
spent
like,
like
can't say no.
$200 on like three knives, but
Mhm.
I will say we still have them.
That's what everyone says. I hear that, I always hear that.
They're not sharp anymore, but we still have them. But yeah, at the end it was like, can you write a list of everybody you can think of?
Yes.
And I was like, and luckily both Brad and I were like too. I don't know. We're just too. We don't want to inconvenience anyone to like the
Yeah.
extreme. So I was like, I don't think we know anybody.
I actually have not a single friend or family member.
Nobody. We're new here.
We're new on earth. So sorry.
We're new on her. So I guess this is so funny. Like the more you
Ugh.
talk, the more you're like, oh
Uh-huh.
wait, this goes.
No, yeah,
It
you
goes
don't even
back.
realize,
So
really.
yeah, and so we bought things,
Yeah,
from
so I
them.
would for me, that would have been, like, 2009, the Mary Kay party.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I guess it was 2011 is when I got those Cutco knives. I
Mhm.
remember getting some Usborne books, maybe 2014, 15. By the way, love the Usborne books.
And Esporn's still
I think they're
is still
still kicking it.
around, right? Yeah.
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 Yeah, I think they're great books. But yeah,
And then
that's
I remember being invited to a LuLaRoe
Oh,
party,
yeah.
um, probably like 2015. And the text was from a lady at church, and she was like, "I'm hosting a LuLaRoe party. It's for my sister-in-law. I'm just trying to be supportive. If you could come, you don't have to buy anything." Like it came with this like
Mhm.
disclosure.
Yeah.
I guess what we're both hinting at is this like underlying layer of the need for disclosure, like the cringe. I don't
Yeah.
even know what to call it. And I
The icky factor, I think.
Yeah,
It's
and
just
I don't and I guess I don't think either one of us wants to criticize people who are still in an
yeah.
MLM or network marketing, whatever you call it. I don't want to be overly critical because like
Yeah.
I did it. I don't think it's all bad, but why does it
Yes.
give me like a cringe?
Yeah. I know, like, in hindsight, it does in many ways. I feel like it's a little icky, cringy, I guess, when you hear from, like, people from junior high or high school that you've never heard from,
I think
you know?
that's why.
Or
That's probably
distant
why.
cousins, or, like,
Uh-huh.
when you can just tell you have a money sign on your face to somebody, that's when it doesn't feel good. And I think that's the main distaste, even for me, like, as I was new to really MLMs, I was like, yeah, it just feels icky to have, like, people, like, hunting for you. But at the same time, I still joined one.
Mm-hmm.
And you joined one. I actually
Mm-hmm.
joined two. The second one I almost don't even count because I don't even think of it as an MLM at all, but it totally is one too.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us how you got into Synogens then. We'll do the professional
So
experience now.
Mhm. So my husband was in medical school, and so there was like a lot of student wives, as we
Mm,
would call ourselves. And of course, everyone is like a new stay-at-home mom with like little babies, not working, their husband's in school. So it's kind of like a prime area, group of girls, whatever. And there was a girl there who had kind of taken off with it. And Lip really did like take off, like to the point where like everything would be sold out, like
yeah.
situation. And so she had a party, so I went with a friend, and I don't even remember thinking, I just remember being like, oh, yeah, like I would just wear this, and then surely other people will ask me about it, and then they'll want to buy it from me. Like, I don't even remember overcomplicating it in my
Yeah.
head at all.
Mm-hmm.
It was like $55 to join. And so at the time, I would like
That's
sell,
bad for an MLM.
no, well, that's just to join. Then you would
Got
have to
it.
like buy the products, of
Mm-hmm.
course. And I think that's like the eye roll part when it's the money, it's the finances, it's the being taken advantage of a little bit, right? Like I
Yes.
was like vulnerable. Um,
Yeah. Young medical like
like
family, like you're not
yeah,
making money. You're
no.
bleeding money.
And wishing I could, and not
Mm.
buying nice makeup or skincare for myself because we couldn't afford it. So I like sold some clothes of mine like on Poshmark, and I was like, if I can get $55 that way, then like I'll sign up. So that's how I made my money to sign up.
Wow. Yeah.
And then you like spend $300 to get your like first shipment of products. And I had the party at my house. Like I did the whole thing, and I had the Instagram, and
It was kind
I
of fun though with
it
Senegent stuff. I feel
no,
like the
it was fun.
lipstick
Like
and
it was social. I didn't make a ton of money. I never recruited anyone at all. But I did sell it to other people, and it did, if nothing else, like pay for my makeup and skincare. So, you know what I mean? Like I
yeah.
was able to use good stuff and like what I used, and it was fun. But it was time consuming. It would be
Mhm.
really time consuming. I would spend a lot of time like on like videos, or like going back and forth with people who wanted to buy something. Like it cost me a lot of time and didn't make a lot of money. So I probably stopped being a distributor because you had to renew every year. I don't know, probably in like 2018. So
Oh
I
yeah.
really only did it for like a couple years,
Hmm.
but I still have a lot of the products. Just I still have them.
Yeah.
And I still buy the tinted moisturizer.
Yeah.
I nothing else is the same. I love it. So, and I just buy it like from a girl who's like pretty high up in the company. So she has like a prominent Instagram, and I still follow her. So I just buy it from her.
Yeah. When you had told me that you still use that product, I'm like, I didn't even know Senegent still exists because I I
You
only
don't
tried
see
lip
anything
sense for
about
them.
it? Mhm.
Yeah, I don't see anything, but I think it's just
That's
because
interesting.
maybe I don't know what the products look like, underneath Senegence.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe so, but I think you're right, like, I think for some people, they still do well if they have, like, a team under them and they're making
Yeah,
commission off the people under them.
it's a very,
Um,
very, very small percentile, which we'll
mhm.
talk more about in the deep dive portion because I've
Yeah.
actually read a couple books on this, and I
Really?
yeah, it's very fascinating. So I'm not going to
Mhm.
bore you with the details. That's for
Okay.
the deep dive to bore you,
That'll be
but
so good.
I think so my introduction was also social media. Well, not also. Mine was social media. Like just seeing one of my friends online that we had met in person, like on this little like influencer dinner. I had like 300 followers. So I again like that's so funny. Like I don't even get invited to anything now. Uh, you know, and
And
it's
that's
just
their loss.
hilarious.
They should be inviting you.
Yeah, I don't get invited to anything now. So I'm like, it's how weird. I was invited to like an influencer dinner. Anyway, became friends with a lot of the girls there, and one of them started to sell, talking about Monet hair care, and I got it initially for Brad, their black
Mhm.
shampoo, but then I ended up using it, and it really did help my psoriasis. Like
Mm.
I just have always had, not always, but since my second and then third kid had just major skin issues, but a lot on my scalp, and it did help a lot. But I joined as a distributor because I wanted to find a way to bring money in via the podcast. And I had said no to an ad network at that time, which is also
Mhm.
hilarious
That's so funny, but
because I'm
yeah,
like, I didn't
yeah,
want to sell
yeah.
out, and I was
Yes.
like, why did I do that? But at the same time, they probably would have dropped me in a year because there was a number, like, how the numbers change like every 2 years. Suddenly they're like, oh, your numbers are cut in half because of the way we designed the software, the way we're counting the numbers.
Oh,
That
so
happened
true.
probably shortly after I declined, so they probably would have dropped me anyway. But anyway, I was just looking for a way to bring in income. It was probably a year into
Mhm.
the podcast, and so I joined. With the funny thing is, I remember being on the call with this friend. She's still a friend. I'm talking all through the structure because I felt very worried and very nervous. Like I didn't want to be a hey girl.
Mhm.
And I just
I
wanted to be more
I
like an
I
affiliate.
remember your post when you, like, decided to share that you were doing it.
Oh my
I
goodness.
remember. I mean, I'm just saying it was, like, it was a big deal. She
Those
has
are
a
my
stunned
cringe moments.
face.
I'm like, oh,
Uh,
if I could go back in
I
time. But
I know, we just it
I
was
mean, I
yeah,
genuinely love the products and I
you were
did,
being true to yourself
but I did
and
need to
wanting
make
to be.
money.
Yes, yes, and but you have always valued being, like, authentic to your audience, so I think you wanted to,
I
like,
felt, yeah,
explain yourself.
yeah. And I talked to her for like almost an hour. And then at the
Mhm.
end, I could tell she was like, what is the big deal? Because I think most of the conversations she has with people who want to join, is maybe like 10 minutes tops.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, yeah.
but to me, also the joining fee and like the product that the nice thing with Monet is you don't have to buy the product. You don't have to buy it. You don't ship it. You don't have
Right,
shelves of product where
right.
you're in charge of distributing. It is more of an affiliate model, but you still also buy a lot of product and you end up buying things
Yes,
during different sales. So like it
yes.
was a big investment for me to spend $300 to buy the
The
starter
kit or
package.
whatever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think I probably got the like lowest one because
Yeah.
even that was so scary. But anyway, and I remember a couple months later, like I started to do it as ad spots. Like I did get a review that was like, I really like the show until she started to sell Monet hair. And I was like, for 30 seconds a
Uh-huh.
week?
Yeah, you can't win, and I I'm gonna use this word, like, I hate that. Like, TV has ads, radio has ads.
Yeah.
You gotta like, you
And
guys
this,
for co
we
your
weren't used
content
to
is
it. We weren't
free.
used to influencers
I
and
know, but
bloggers or anyone getting paid. But,
all of your content is free, like, it's okay to have an up anyway, that
and
drives
yeah,
me crazy.
that's what I've always loved and respected about you. While I'm always like here over moralizing and
Yeah,
afraid of
I know.
everybody. So yeah, I joined it. And actually, I did really well for a while. Like 1 month, I remember
Mhm,
I made like 3 grand.
mhm.
And I was sharing about it on Instagram, I was sharing about the sales. My friends in real life were asking me too, because my hair did suddenly look
Yes.
tons better, like, it
Yeah.
did, and my scalp issues were so much better, but I never, like, recruited people, like, I never actively sought people out, I never tried to get team members, like,
Mhm.
I but the pressure was always there to do so.
Yeah.
How was it with Senegence that way? Was it like a
Um,
build your empire girl boss? Like,
yes, yes, and there's,
okay.
like, calls you could join, and then
Uh-huh.
people would share, like, how much money they were making, but it felt impossible, and it just, like I don't think I have, like, a salesy personality.
Yeah.
Like, some people and that's funny because some people might argue that because if I like something, I will talk about it a lot, and then but that feels different than, like, selling it. You can tell someone just genuinely likes something, and anyway, and I liked the product, and so I could people would buy that, but the opportunity, the business model, like, I wasn't good at selling that. I never got a single person under me,
Well,
but
that's
it
the way
was
you really
pushed,
grow. I
yeah.
mean,
Yes.
you make like a percentage off of people
Yes.
buying things underneath you, and you make money off of the people who may have recruited underneath you at their customers too. That's where the pyramid comes in, right? But it's very small. So, but the
Yeah.
more you recruit, the more you make, which is why people like they do these personal development meetings. They like teach you all
Mhm.
about business or try to tell you this is your business. Like treat it like this.
Mhm.
And I remember though being one of those people who was like, "Wait, we're selling this product, but people are complaining it makes their hair fall out."
Mhm.
And like me being like on the Facebook group for all the people underneath my person being that person writing like maybe we should be a little bit more transparent then about like for some people they have this and like
Yeah.
they wrote back I'm like yeah we do that but within 24 hours it was deleted. So like things like that where it became
Interesting.
you could see there was kind of that culty language of like we only
Mhm.
speak positive things. Also the girl boss stuff, the manifesting combined with manifesting, like you were learning
Yes.
business skills with manifesting, and everything
Yeah.
was about like your vision and you having positive thoughts, you making the vision boards, you putting thing in action, and when you fail, it's on you too.
Yeah. Yeah. Whoop.
Lots of
We're ready
pressure.
for this deep dive.
Yeah, I know the deeper stuff. That's good. Yeah,
'Cause it is,
sassy
it was, like,
Monica's probably
under
gonna
the
come out.
guise of personal development, but it also had a required a huge financial buy-in, and I think a lot of people noticed that it was taking advantage of vulnerable women.
Yes,
Um
vulnerable populations, primarily
Yes.
young moms. Period. Also, those in low income brackets who were
Oh, yeah.
already working
Mhm.
a job or two or three. So yeah, like the exploitation of most, and I would say many MLMs is an indisputable, right? So, and that's the problem. But I would say overall, like my experience with Monet, because I kind of kept my distance from some things or it just felt a little icky to me, was fine. Like I still make $11 a month somehow. I don't know.
Look at you.
I
And you
know.
buy and you use the product still.
I do still like I actually tried recently using different shampoos and nothing compares to the Monet shampoo for me. So I keep buying the
Yeah.
black shampoo. Um, I'll probably keep trying. Oh, and I did join Beauty Counter too. So that was my second one that I don't really count
Mhm.
because to me that really felt like purely an affiliate model.
You never
Like
carried inventory, you never
no, same kind of then
had
Monet was like that too again, but at the same time Monet had way more of that pressure, at least
yeah.
where I wasn't on it. But Beauty Counter wasn't. But although I have some friends who did that too, and they were all in and made tons of money. And then when they shut down, it was like
I know.
catastrophic.
Of course, yeah.
So, and they're not doing that model anymore anyway. I think they're only going to do affiliate models from here now that they're back, from what I've heard. So complicated stuff, right?
Mhm.
A lot of yeah. I think that exploitation piece is the ickiest factor.
And and I remember one time after I was done, like, going through and, like, my bank account and being like, "How much money did I spend on this?" Because with Senegence,
Yep.
you would carry product. They'll tell you, like, people can buy from your website, but their, like, website user experience was terrible at the time. Um, and, like, the taxes and fees and the shipping, so it was easier for people to just, like, buy it from me and PayPal invoice, and I would
Yeah.
ship it. So I would buy so much inventory, like, every month, and I just like, I spent so much money on that, and I think at the end of the day, I just came out, like, even,
Even, and
and the
that
thing I
was the
lost
best
was
case scenario.
yeah, that is best case scenario, but the thing I lost was time. Like, I
Mm.
just would spend so much time, like, on my phone or figuring it out. I don't know. It was very time consuming, and I
This
I
is
had a
going to
little
be my
baby. Yeah.
oh just
Yeah,
makes
you
me
know?
mad. Like, in that
I
way,
know.
I do feel like, yeah, maybe the ick factor is less like, why did I do like that party? Like, that was one of the thing with Monet, we were pushed to do wash parties all the time. And I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not doing that.
Wash yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
doing wash parties. That's weird too. Like, how do you do it in a kitchen
In
sink?
someone's
But
sink. Yeah.
yeah, like yeah, anyway. It just makes me think of Eve Rotsky when she talks about how men's time is prized like diamonds and
Mm.
women's time is prized like sand. And that's really what these companies are built off of, valuing women's time as if it means nothing,
Yeah. Ooh,
which, oh, yeah. Now I already know the biggest sticking point I'm going to do for the deep dive, but that's it.
okay.
That's your preview. So I guess I don't know. Final thoughts, like if I look back, are you, if I look back, I'm like, I don't regret doing it because it did actually help me bring in some income for a little while until I stopped actively selling, just because like the sales were just all the time, and it was work. It was
Mhm,
time. And
mhm.
I just couldn't have the time the more that my other things were working, starting to work.
Yeah.
So the time factor, I don't even remember what I stopped actively selling, probably around 2020, I think, was maybe the last Black Friday I ever talked about. Um, I don't regret doing it, but I'm also like, yeah, the cringiness is there for me. That
Yeah.
like,
I know, same. I don't have like some huge regret. I'm not like I've sworn off MLM. Like I just said, like I still buy that Sengens product. I used Beauty Counter like before it went away. We'll
yeah,
see if the things I like come back. I did join Monate as well, mostly just for the
did you do it
discount.
under me?
Under you, yeah.
Oh well,
Hmm.
I feel bad.
Well, no,
I
no,
didn't even
I just
remember
wanted it for
that.
the discount. Yeah.
And
So
that's
I
one of the things people are like, they'll sign up under
yeah,
you just to
yeah.
get the discount.
But it's like you spend a lot to get the discount. And
You spend a
I
lot,
tried like so many different lines because they tell you like,
and it
oh,
never
it's
really
just not the
worked
right
well for
line.
you.
I just never was like it was never like life changing for
Dang
me.
it.
But I did
Yeah,
like try lots of things from it. So anyway, that's all to say, like, no, I don't have regret. It was fun, it was social. I like hair and makeup. Um, but for some reason it's like it is almost a little bit shameful. I think that's probably the
yeah.
word. Isn't that weird?
It's not, because I carry that too. Like, even as I hear like that reminder that you signed up under me, I feel that shame a little bit,
Oh,
because
you shouldn't.
partly part of the ick factor is, even if you're not actively trying to recruit people or actively sell, a lot of people who do sign up under you are your friends and your family, and
Yeah.
you kind of bear that responsibility for their satisfaction, and if it works for them, and if it doesn't, it just is. I feel that, not awkwardness, but that, I guess, responsibility, and that like
And it is awkward.
disappointment for
Like,
them.
I remember people who then like bought it using my link, and then when they didn't like it anymore and they like couldn't figure out how to cancel their auto ship, and I was like, I don't know
Yes.
how to help
And
you.
work
Like it just
customer
was like,
service too.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. And
I just keep thinking the reason these MLMs existed and still exist and will continue to exist is because they've got to make a good profit. Like, that's the
oh
only
yeah.
way. They're not trying to shop it to Sephora and like do their own
Uh-huh.
line or
Uh-huh.
QVC. Like, it's working for them.
Yes. Oh,
But
so
who
if it's
it's not
working,
working
it's
for,
for the 1%, it's
yeah.
working.
Well, I'm like the people in charge. I'm saying
Yeah.
like the people in charge, it's working for them and maybe the top 1% of their sellers.
Hmm.
And so that, I guess, is the ultimate ick factor. Like, that's why it just doesn't feel good, because
Hmm.
they are profiting off of the backs of people, like the way,
Yeah.
no matter how
Yeah.
you slice it.
Yeah.
Women's time.
I know.
Little Taylor with her little baby trying to make a little money.
I know. I know.
Yeah, because that pressure is so intense, right? When I'm not bringing in any income.
Hmm. Hmm. I know.
Yeah.
I've done like so many little
Mm-hmm.
things over the years. So no, I don't have like any extreme regret for any of that. I've learned a lot. But yeah, I think it's okay to like grow and move on and be like, oh, it's something I did before. I wouldn't do it now. But I also, that was literally 10 years ago.
I know, that's the
We're allowed
craziest
to
thing.
change.
Yeah. And maybe the industry's allowed to change too, I guess, that way. So, I mean, for the people who are listening and they've had good success, like that's great to hear it. And I think it's extremely rare. So I don't even
Yes.
count anyone listening having had success with it. But maybe I'm sure we're not the only ones who are like, yeah, me too. Like I did that. But at the same time, maybe some people had great experiences and they got the community. Maybe they did make some good money or at least broke even. So complicated stuff. But I think that's it
Mhm.
for our casual convo on
I
that.
look forward to the deep dive for sure.
Yeah, I feel like you just helped me formulate some thoughts there. I've been mulling this over for
Good,
a while. I'm going to listen to one more book that I've got on Libby
good.
before I
Okay.
really start hashing things out. But thank you. That was really helpful. But it's
Yeah,
kind of nice
yeah.
for us to hear that background. I was thinking on our next deep dive to not deep dive, sorry, casual combo to talk,
Hmm.
do another pop culture update because it's
Yeah.
been a bit. So we could
Yes.
either do that or another one I'm thinking about that brought to mind is like that perilous feeling of being the non breadwinner and not making any income. He just brought up like that feeling of being a young mom,
You mean like when,
a stay at
okay,
home
so
mom.
I got a job, in California where we're moving,
Yeah.
and I had to like fill out my like tax forms for how much I want deducted, and we're going through it, and I looked at my husband, I said, I think me working is losing us money.
Oh, geez.
I don't know that I
There's
don't
that
know enough
too.
about taxes, but like I literally like we figured out how much I'd be making and what our taxes will be, and I was like, I think I'm just a volunteer. Anyway, yeah, we could
Oh,
talk about
that
that.
too. That's something to think through. Gosh, that's part of
I
the
know.
reasons why I was like, I'm not gonna continue as a teacher because it's gonna cost as much money for me to pay for
Childcare,
childcare as
taxes.
I
I know.
make, less than
I
that. So
know.
anyway, or more than that. Anyway, maybe we'll think through those too. But that's what
Okay.
we're thinking coming up. So yeah, stay tuned for the deep dive too. We'll either air later this month or next month, depending on how exhaustive it is. But I'm so grateful for you and this community for making this work possible. And because of you, we don't have to hear Monate commercials. So there you go.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.
See ya.
Bye.